So this is part 2 of my thingy. This is what I'm trying to make, so I'm going to put that right there. I think I dropped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should have 6 of these, and I think I dropped one somehow. Three. I have to run around looking for it. They're such cute little pictures. This is my base, so I'm gonna put these to the side, down here. What's this down here? This is something that was rubbish before. These are my little strips. So that's also going to be going down there. And then I've got these little baby ones. I've lost one. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I'm going to go hunt for it. And figure out which one to use. The no. The one with the hat. And I found it. It's under a shoe. So there's my little pictures, and I'm gonna do like a heap of them. I don't normally do art, you know. Might come up with something inventive. I normally just paint. This is a collage. It's a simple collage. It's a black and white collage, but it's still a collage. Yeah. I'm so hungry. I've been eating all day, but I needed dinner. Been snacking on junk food, chips, pasta, cookies. I need like a lasagna or something really filling. Because I'm just snackish. Otherwise I can snack all day. Wow. See, this is how I should have done here. The base picture one at a time. But I am just that lazy. Lead to a lot of rubbish. It's a huge waste of paper. I may have been lazy, but I was actually fairly straight with the reproductive cuttings. The cuttings done at one time. This one's getting wonky because I'm getting lazy. But nothing has to be perfect. I mean, it just has to be nice. Someone's just gonna put it in a frame or put it on a wall or throw it away or whatever. Yeah. Collect it. All this paper going to waste. And these are the ones I have to do one at a time, otherwise it will not be straight. Look at that, it's not straight. Put a little white bit on it. Three. That's the bad thing about art when you actually try and keep it hours and hours and hours and hours. Too many hours. You might be wondering what propelled me to want to do this. It was actually my idea for a video to share on a media site. So I made it for the video, and then I realized this is cool art. So I then tried to sell it, and already after 2 hours it was picked up. So I'm making several more to sell. Simple as that. It's an attractive little thing. I want to do one with a brick wall eventually. Or one with a gate that I've got a good picture, because I'm sort of just printing off pictures here. I've got a good picture of a gate with leaves on it, and I think that would go really well on the same kind of artwork piece. So maybe I could do a kind of meme. I don't know. But I got this idea from a documentary. When I was watching the documentary, it had some signs, and I thought, oh, this is cool. And then I came up with the idea of making this kind of collage. I was going to originally put these little pictures on toothpicks or something and parade them around like a teacher on protest. But I couldn't be bothered doing that when I was actually making it, so I ended up just gluing them on. And that's how I got my final outcome with this stuff. And this is like my fourth one. I think it's been 2. So the things that can inspire a person, right? It's a nice collage, but it's whatever. And this lot is only gonna make 9 because I accidentally cut up one lot of pictures. So instead of making 10, I'm gonna make 9. You might wonder if I'm an artist. And I would say I like to think I am. I've done many artworks sold worldwide, but I'm not really an artist. I haven't done any haven't sold to any museums or shows or whatnots or won competitions. So I'm not really classified as a real artist. So that's why I just muck around. I definitely have my own style. Like a lot of people say that you can tell your art because you have a style. And I'm like, thanks. And it's true. I do have a style. I've got my own style. That's reproductive and everything that I create. It doesn't matter what subject or the media. It's just coming off whenever I do art. So. And that's a good thing about my art, because not everyone can do that, like have their own character style. The bad thing is it's not that great. I'm not that talented, you know. I'm just fairly But with your style, if you have your style, you don't need to be talented. You just need to have your style, and when people like it, they'll buy it. It doesn't matter how simple it is. And the more you sell, the more you get to experiment, because you have more money to experiment more. So I don't buy a lot of glazes. I don't have no oven. I want to do pottery. But if I sold a heap of stuff, I could if I wanted to, but I'm never going to be a potter. A sculptor, but not a potter. But I've always wanted to do glass. And that sounds really weird because it's probably really hard. But making little glass things would be like so cool. But I don't know how to do any of that. I just do painting, sculpting, drawing, and creative stuff like collages. And anything else I feel like doing. Making sculptures with melted wax. I'm so tired. Maybe I should just make 5 instead of 9. But I got a few more to go. I think this is my 5th one. Four pages. One more to do after this. If I stop now, I'd be making 5. Instead of 9. I'm not even sure if these are going to all sell, but you want them to. You most definitely do. I'm getting there. I watched this movie today. There's one with J-Lo. It kind of got to me. I don't know, she married and she's having issues with the mother. It's like wicked mother-in-law or something, or I don't know what it's called, but it's actually very rude. I mean, why would anyone go through being hit and practically poisoned and, attacked in one way or another to marry their son? I mean, why would you marry someone when you're battling their family to be married to them. It's like really stupid. If you have an abrupt negative reaction, you should just not do it. Because she's like going, she gets very menacing because she's being attacked. The mother's being too menacing. It's obvious that she doesn't want this chick to marry their son. And yet she grows menacing and grows up to the challenge to do it. And despite the backlash of their parent not wanting them to do it. And you're just sitting there going, this is like a really silly movie, because why would you marry someone's son if they really don't like you and go out of their way to harm you? Like slap you, poison you? Why would you do it? You wouldn't do it. You'd just say to your lover, I'm sorry, I don't think this is going to work out, because it's really stupid to just keep hanging on. You have to be like really desperate. Because it's just silly. Fair enough, at the end they decided to be friends and say, well, this is okay, but why wouldn't you just leave as soon as an argument flares up? Dumb is what I would say. I would have dumped the guy. This has created so much waste. I'm going to have to put this in the recycling bin to get rid of the guilt of wasting all this paper. Lucky it's my paper. I mean, it's still a huge waste just to be able to do this. That's what art's about. It's about wasting materials and creating and finalizing as something. It's exactly what's art. Art is never clean. It's always messy. You always have to clean up. I watched this other movie yesterday. It was about some chick who reaches 13. And he doesn't like her little world that she's in, and so she wishes for her to be 30. And so she gets sprinkled with dust and she gets her wish, right? And at 30, the people that she couldn't stand when she was 13, she falls in love with. And then she realizes if she could do it all again, she wouldn't wish herself to be something else or somewhere else or be with someone else. she'd want the people that's already around her when she's 13. And so at the end, when she's turned back to being 13 after being sprinkled with dust again, she chooses to be with someone that she didn't want before, because she knows that that's who she wants to be with now. She didn't like anyone else in the end. And then at the end they marry, you know, like what could have been. So instead of wishing for someone else, she just realizes she wants someone who's her friend, and she, you know, she stops mucking around wishing, and she gets the guy. It's not really Romeo and Juliet, but you're just thinking, I don't know what to think about that. I mean, I guess that's what a lot of people do. They want to be somewhere else. They want to know other people. And if they were there, they would be happier. And settling for someone who's sort of normal and next door and but if you're not wishing yourself away, you can end up with the person next door and have a full-bodied life with them from the beginning. And then you'd be a power couple. Even if you can't stand them at first, then it seems to me like she's like settled for faking it, and in the end she gets married to someone who can make her happy and be a friend. So whereas before, you know, before she turned 30, she didn't want the person next door sharing lollies with her, and she wanted someone hotter and cooler. And that's a bit like faking it. And then so I'm not sure if that's a good moral to have as the base of a story, to go through your life settling for something you already have and not asking for anything more. Because even if you want something more, because you've learned that nothing's better. It's like a fake relationship, you know. Just saying, oh, I don't really like you, but let's keep going with this, and I'll end up being married to you. I'd rather someone hunky, but you'll do because you're already there. It's like, that's like really fake. I'm not sure if that's what everyone would want after they realize that the person they're with is kind of faking it. Last one. But a lot of people do have relationships like that, so in that way it's in sync with what other people feel and what they do with themselves, but they just sort of have someone they can be friends with and then they stick with them. But yeah, I don't know. Don't have them look around, because otherwise they'll realize that people do find
I'm gonna go make some dinner.
Okay, cool. I gotta go and have dinner, so I'll come back.